All right, Dylan, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win over Alabama the other night. Has the team kind of gotten their legs back on the ground, their feet back on the ground after that one, or does it take a while?
We're back to normal right now. It was an exciting atmosphere to be a part of. It's a rivalry between us and Alabama. So, we got our win, we celebrated, but now it's back to business. We're ready for the next one. Putting all our focus on this next one game at a time, one day at a time.
Your teammate, Jabari, paid you a pretty big compliment after the game. He said you were the most important player in the ball game. Tell me, what does that feel like to have him say that?
It feels pretty cool to say, but I want to give all the credit to the coaches and the people who are part of it, our fans as well. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the coaches believing in me and putting me in position, as well as God putting me in a position to be able to go out there and play, and the fans just having our back out there in a hostile environment. And, Jabari did his thing. I always tell Jabari he needs to take us home whenever it's a close game. We depend on Jabari. Jabari is our most important player in my eyes, and he keeps us together. He gets us rolling, and we go as far as he goes. And with all due respect to everybody else on this team.
Just listening to your comments there, it seems to me one of the great assets of this basketball team, other than depth, is the unselfishness. Like you were talking, how you guys rely on each other and talk about each other, don't like to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me about that a little bit and how you guys are so close.
It's just a lot of time with each other. We know what each other like, you know what I'm saying? We know what we don't like, what we do like, and no one likes to be selfish on this team. At the end of the day, we all have one common goal, just be the best team that we can be and live with the results with that. We get better every day, and we have to live with that. And we can't get better if we're just worrying about us. We have to worry about each other.
CBS came out, I think, yesterday with Auburn ranked #1 in their rankings, and I'm sure if you beat Ole Miss, some others will follow. How does that affect you? And do you think this team is #1, the best team in the country right now?
I don't care for rankings. Ranking doesn't matter in March Madness. So that's how I look at it. I'm trying to be #1 ranked team when it comes to holding that trophy up. I don't care about what I'm ranked on January, whatever the day is, 13th. I want to be ranked #1 in April 20th or so. So I'm more worried about the end result than I am of what we're ranked January 13th.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure our team feels the exact same way. At the end of the day, we don't care about rankings. We don't care about the anything else comes with rankings, but we're all worried about getting better and being a team that's going to hold up that NCAA trophy. But
it's good to be in the conversation, right?
I mean, yeah, it helps us. It helps drive us. Now we have a bigger target on our back, and we're hungry. We're hungry for more. So whoever comes at us, we want the best shot.
Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about individually, your second year at Auburn. What are the things that you are trying to do right now or looking at to make you better as a basketball player? Is there anything particular that you're working on?
Yeah, be more intense. I love Draymond Green, and I love Kevin Garnett. Those are two guys to look at. Those are guys that approach the game with intensity, and all they care about is defense and rebounding, and their energy and how they impact the game. I'm not here for stats. I'm not here to put up points. I'm here to do my role and impact the best that I can and help my team accomplish their goals by just doing my role to my best. Whenever they call me to step up and score on offense, I will. Whenever they call me to step up on defense, I will. But right now I'm focused on rebounding, energy, and defense more than anything, and just being a vocal leader when the time comes.
Absolutely. You played against Wendell in high school, right? Your junior season?
Yeah, I did. Final Four of high school. Yes, sir.
What do you remember about that ball game, and how much did you notice him in that ball game?
I mean, it was easy to notice Wendell because he's like 5'1", but other than that, I mean, he played great defense. He was a leader on that team. If it wasn't for, I feel like if he wasn't in that game, we would have blew him out. But he kept that team together. He played his role, which he's great at, no matter what role he plays. He's a smart guy. And like I said, if it wasn't for him being on that team, I feel like we would have won. But other than that, he was just a dog. He's a chip on his shoulder, and he's a great player, great leader, and I just love him.
Yeah. How much is it? I was going to ask you what a great thing it is to have a guy like Wendell, and not only him, but Zep and KD also, that can penetrate and distribute the basketball to the big guys like they do. That's got to be fun to play with.
Yeah, it's a real blessing. It makes me want to to do more for the guys. They reward me for doing the little things, and it's just like, and vice versa. So whenever they need a screen, I got them. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they need me to help them on a ball screen, I got them. So they just make sure we're all happy, and it's just fun to play with these guys. It's electric, to be honest.
Tell me a little bit about the goofy side of Dylan Cardwell, the Karate Kid thing the other night that you guys did, the football games with the shirt coming off, and the jungle. That's got to be a blast to play in front of also.
Yeah. So to start off, I'm a huge football fan. I love football. My uncle was Ronnie Garner. He coached here for 8 years. Before this Iron Bowl, I was 3-0 at Iron Bowls. I was at the Kick Six. I was at 2017 Iron Bowl, and I was at the 2019 Iron Bowl on an unofficial visit. So all I knew was W's when it came to me and being at the Iron Bowl. So this year we had the lead, and I was just excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go 4-0. I was ready to storm the field again, and then we lost. So those players, when we lost, those players came over to where we were at, where the basketball team's at, and started mocking us with doing the karate crane, the crane kick or whatever. So we were like, all right, bet. So as a team, we kind of talked about doing it back maybe like 2 days before the game, but only when we won. We weren't going to showboat, or we were going to play the game right, but we had to make sure we had to win first. So we got the job done, and we were like, you know what, we're time for some get back and some payback. So as soon as the buzzer hit, as you saw me, Cage, Bar, we all did it at the same time, which is insane. And it was just a fun moment. But that's why I love college basketball, because you don't get that anywhere else. You don't get that in high school. You don't get that in the NBA. Like, I love the petty side of basketball, and that's what it takes. You know, you got to be competitive. You got to be dominant. You got to be intense. So, and then going on from there, the jumbotron, jumbotron. That's another thing I want to give the guy, because I kind of in a shell a little bit. I was an athlete first, kind of in this first semester, kind of, but then that made me be a student first. That jumbotron experience made me be a student first, and it just opened up so many doors for me and so many connections as student wise. But no, it was a crazy experience. So I'll take you through that story. I've never been on jumbotron before, if you couldn't tell, but I was just dancing. I was liking the music, and something. Nobody, like, it was like an internal tap on the shoulder. Something told me to turn around, and as soon as I turn around, I like see myself in the jumbotron. So like 5 minutes before, I was joking around. I was like, you know what? What if I just took my shirt off? Maybe I get in the jumbotron. So like 5 minutes before I even got in the jumbotron, I had my shirt off already, but no one was paying attention. So I put it back on. I was just joking around. So then, as soon as I turned back and looked around, I just took my shirt off and just started going crazy, hooping and hollering or whatever. And I just did the dance moves that my mama taught me, man. So it was a fun experience. It was I didn't know it was gonna come with, you know, keeping that up with the rest of the season, but it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing just to be in the jumbotron almost every game and helping the fans rally out there and being like the second hype man of Auburn. So it's fun and it's cool, man. I love it. I love doing it. I love Auburn football.
Yeah. And that brought you a lot of notoriety.
Yes.
And you like to interact with the fans and the kids in the jungle.
Yeah, I'm a fan first. I used to be a fan, so I know how it feels, man.
Yeah. What does that do for you during the game? Does that make you more intense? Does it relax you, or what does it do for you?
I feel like it gets me going. It has me something just to continue to push for. You know, got the fans on my back, so I gotta protect them and lead them to a victory, and they help lead me to a victory. But it's like a vice versa effect. They help me, I help them. You know what I'm saying? But no, they do get me going. I like matching energy. So the hyper they are, the hyper I am, and they made me fall in love with road games. I can't lie to you. That game, Alabama game, whether win, lose, or draw, was probably like one of my most funnest games, because I got to play like the villain role. You know what I'm saying? That's like my first time being a villain. But the Auburn fans led me to it, and they backed me up in times that I felt like I wasn't really that confident, but they had my back out there. So they do keep me going.
If you weren't playing basketball, can you see yourself being a part of the jungle? Would you be in there with them?
If I was a student here, yeah, I'd be front center. Man. I'd probably be one of the body paint people or something, doing a worm on the side or something.
Quickly. Your next game coming up Saturday night, you've got a little extra day to get ready for that after a Tuesday game. How do you guys approach that? You kind of have to get back to business and get another road win.
Yeah. Just like you said, just back to business and focusing on the scouting report and who you have to watch out for. They had a really great point guard, Jarkel Joyner, who's made leaps and bounds according to from last year. I've been watching him play. So, we just to lock in on the scouting report and do the best that we can to contain these guys and stop them from going on runs. And, we're going to be another hostile environment, but that's what comes with being Auburn. So we're good, but just locking into what BP is telling us and the assistant coaches are telling us, and I feel like we'll be fine.